Hello, this is Casey from the Teaching and Learning Center. In this video, I'm going to discuss how to properly format an MLA essay. First and foremost, the most important rule when writing an essay or doing any assignment is to remember that your instructor's guidelines are the most important guidelines to follow. I'm going to cover the MLA standard for formatting, but some instructors have different preferences than MLA standard, so be sure to pay attention to your assignment sheet. Let's get started. An MLA essay should always be typed, and if you're required to submit a hard copy, printed on standard 8.5-inch by 11-inch paper. You should use 12-point Times New Roman font and make sure your entire essay is double-spaced with no extra spaces between paragraphs. Also, only include one space at the end of your sentences after punctuation. All margins on your essay should be set to 1 inch, which is called normal and should be the default in Word and Google Docs. And the first line of all paragraphs should be indented 1/2 inch, which is also the default. On the first page of your essay, in the top right-hand corner, include a header with your last name and the page number. Make sure you insert this as a header so it is in the correct spot and will update the page numbers automatically as you write. Next, in the top left-hand corner of your essay, type your first and last name, your instructor's name, make sure you spell it correctly, your course, and the date in MLA format, which is the numeric date, the month, and the year with no commas. On the next line, type the title of your essay. Make sure your title is centered with no bold, underline, or italic typeface. You should use title case for your title, meaning that all words start with a capital letter except articles, conjunctions, or prepositions. Here is an example of what a standard MLA essay's first page should look like. The author's last name and page number appear in the top right-hand corner. She has everything required in the top left corner, her name, the instructor's name, the course, and the date. Her title looks good. It's in title case and standard typeface. And the margins are all set to 1 inch, and the first line of the first paragraph is properly indented. When writing the body of your essay, continue to indent each new paragraph 1/2 inch. This can be done by simply hitting the Tab key. There are a few formatting things to keep in mind when you're including sources within your essay. You should use title case throughout your essay for the titles of works regardless of length or size. If you include the title of a larger work, like a book, a website, or a journal, these titles should be italicized. If you include the title of smaller works, like a journal article or a specific page on a website, those should appear in quotation marks. When you include your in-text citation for those sources, ensure you put your punctuation on the outside of the parentheses, like the example shows here. Once your essay is complete, it's time to create the Works Cited page. Or maybe you created it first. Some people do like to start with creating the Works Cited page. Your Works Cited page should be the last page in your document, and it should start on a new page, even if the last page of your essay only has a few lines on it. Your last name and page number should remain in the header, and the title for the page should be Works Cited for more than one source, or Work Cited if you only have one. The title should be centered, title case, and standard typeface, just like your essay title. All citations should be double-spaced, but do not skip extra lines between your sources. All sources need to be formatted with a hanging indent, meaning the first line is flush left, and every line after that is indented 1/2 inch. For help with creating a hanging indent in Word and Google Docs, check out our hanging indent videos. All sources should be listed in alphabetical order by the first word that appears in the citation. So if there's an author, it'll be the author's last name, or if there is no author, it'll be the title of the work. If there is no author and the first part of your citation is a title that starts with an article, like a, an, or the, you should alphabetize it by the second word in the title. When formatting your citations, you should always include the location for online sources, but when that location is URL, please remove the blue underlined hyperlink formatting and the http:// from the URL. Keep using title case for all titles of works, italics for containers and larger works, and quotation marks for the titles of smaller works that appear in a container. For sources with dates, use the same format as the date on your first page, but abbreviate the month to only the first 3 letters. Lastly, end all of your works cited entries with a period, just like a sentence. Here's a sample works cited page. You can see here that it's easy to tell when a new source begins because of the hanging indent, which is why you don't need those extra spaces. If you would like to learn how to create proper citations for different sources, you should check out our MLA Works Cited page video as well. If you still need help formatting your essay, the Purdue OWL or Online Writing Lab has helpful pages and examples available. Or you can always reach out to your instructor or one of our writing consultants. We're all happy to help make sure your formatting is correct.